In the interest of time, we're just going to solder the power wires right in there. Red is plus, black is minus. So let's go ahead and let's make them equal length. Let's get a little stripping going here. Don't need a lot taken off there. This time I am not going to tin them first, only because when you do that, they increase in diameter. And if you get, a little too much solder on there, then they won't fit in the holes. So I'm just going to put them in there. Like this, maybe one at a time. There's the black one. And there's the red one. Okay, you can see them sticking through there. They're a little handy dandy clippy do here. And if those things will behave, we'll solder them in. Okay, I think I see a little tiny piece of wire there wanting to short those two terminals out. We don't want that to happen. So let's just make sure that there's no danger of shorting there. There you go. No more testing needed because we have a light. So it looks like our PSoC board is powering up just fine. Okay. So now we get to test the motors. Make sure we got the H-bridge wired up correctly. Make sure all the motors are working. And then also we can write down which pin does what. So I'll get a little notepad or note card and a pencil. And we have here E and A, N1, N2, N3, N4, E and B. So right now we're only interested in N1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's write down N1, N2, N3, N4. Okay. Now we want to get our platform out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a 3.3 volt pin. We already have a common ground and power to both boards, so we don't need really any ground pins going. But we do want to tap into the 3.3 volts. And one nice thing about this PSoC card is it's got all kinds of information on the bottom. And you can see P4 VDD is here, right next to a ground pin. So we're just going to take this P4 VDD signal from pin 2 on this connector and then put a little wire probe in there, and then we're going to tap it to each one of these 4 pins and see what happens. Okay, so let's put this somewhere where it won't short out. So this is just a breadboard jumper. So we're on P4 VDD, and so we got this thing setting up here. I don't think the PSoC is going to short out to anything, so we need a little power. So power is now on, and what happens on this pin? Okay, so in one is drive forward. So I'm going to make a note of that. And I'm guessing this is going to be backwards. And it is. In2 is backward. So in3 is turn left, and in4 is turn right. So now we have our motor controller tested. We know all the motors are working, and we now have the correct pin map for the inputs. And we are ready to wire up the PSoC.